passed out on a budget, giving you skincare and thriftwear and a little bit of entertainment industry tips. So if that's what you're into, hit the subscribe button below. I know I've been out for like 3 weeks. I was actually in the hospital for about a week and some change. I'll talk about that later. I don't really want to talk about that now. I didn't have coronavirus or anything, so you can skip on that. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to jump on here and do some videos for you guys. I had been having kind of like some ideas of things that I wanted to do on this channel for you guys, especially during this kind of quarantine time. I know for us here in LA, like we're about to be quarantined for the next like month and some change, and who knows if they're gonna extend that. I don't know. And I know for some of you guys, I think maybe you guys in New York are on lockdown as of right now, and just in some other places. So I thought it would be nice to kind of do an extended video, like a full skincare routine video of just some products that I've had in my stash for a while now. I actually ran to my storage unit when I found that they were gonna lock down LA and picked up my snail essence, because I was like, I have a full bottle and I am not letting that go to waste because I don't know how long we're going to be on quarantine for. So this is going to be a little bit more of like a lengthy video. So like, let's do it together. Get your skincare. It doesn't have to be the same stuff as mine. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. It could be cheap drugstore stuff. But let's just start out with the mask. And I think I'll do a part 2 to this using some other products. Like maybe this time around I'll use like a clay mask, and then maybe next time I'll do like a sheet mask with like the jade roller. So let me know if you guys want to see that kind of routine, more of like a hydrating routine, in the description below. I am using a clay mask, but this one by Hey Bud I actually did a review for, I want to say like maybe like a couple months ago. I feel like it was like around the holiday season. So if you guys have not seen that video, I'm going to link it above here. But this is kind of like more of a moisturizing, detoxifying kind of clay mask. As I mentioned in that video as well, the industry over the past, like I want to say 6 months, has been really looking into more hydrating clay masks. The days are long gone of those really harsh clay masks that really dry out your skin and just make your skin feel, you know, very crackly and all of that. So I already washed my face. I used my Derma E cleanser. So I'm just going to go ahead right in. And I like to use these silicone brushes. I just feel like they're a lot more sanitary. I can throw them in the dishwasher, pull them out, dry them, and be good. So I like to just take a huge clump of that. That way I don't have to double dip in. Because I mean, what's the purpose of using a tool if you're going to be like dipping in? Am I in focus? Okay. I just want to make sure. I think it was maybe 1 or 2 videos ago that I did. I noticed that like the majority of the video, like all of my background and everything is in focus, and I was not. Let me move my hair. The day that I found out we were going to be on lockdown, I was getting my hair blow dried. So if my hair looks different, that is why. So I'm just going to go in with this mask. Also, kind of took me a little bit longer to get back on YouTube, just because obviously us being in quarantine and stuff like that, it does become a little bit more difficult to film with everybody around. So I'm definitely working around family members' schedules and everything, just so that we're all in different rooms. So y'all know the struggle is real. The struggle is real. So this one is actually like a hemp clay CBD-esque type mask. So those properties are supposed to kind of like hydrate your skin, detox your skin, relax your skin, all that good stuff. Getting this everywhere. And actually, you know, one thing that I will say about this mask that I didn't get a chance to say in my other video, just because it was a little preliminary, I'm just taking my time and smoothing this on. I got all day to do my skincare now. Oh, what I was saying was, one of the things that I've noticed about this mask is that it's actually kept up pretty well. They sent me this end of December and we're in March, and it's still pretty smooth and easy to put on, which is great. The coverage is great. I don't feel like it's one of those masks where it kind of separates and gets super patchy, so that's great. But I did notice this with my Sand and Sky mask, because I actually did both of them in the same month, and they're both Australian clay mask companies, which is super interesting. Support Australia. But the Sand and Sky mask that I got, that I reviewed on this channel, I'll link that above here for you guys to check out. That one, I want to say, like, I used it last month and it started to get like super hard. It was very kind of difficult to move around my face. It wasn't as malleable. It was a little more of a pain in the butt to put on. So just be aware of that. If you get those Sand and Sky masks, they are pretty pricey, and you literally have to use it within, like, I want to say like 6 weeks to max like 2 months, because that 3-month mark, it's not going to be so cute. It's going to be more difficult to kind of spread across your face. You could probably try to add, I don't know if you'd add like water to that, maybe to try to kind of get the life to last a little bit longer. But I mean, it's like you're literally going to be buying that mask like every 6 weeks to 2 months. Just know that if you buy it. Whereas this mask is pricey as well. But hey, I mean, it's still lasting. I'm still able to spread it. It's good. It doesn't look like super patchy or anything. It hasn't separated in the jar, so that's good. And I mean, here, like, we're not running the AC or the heat like crazy, so there is a little bit of temperature change. It does sit in the bathroom with people putting on the shower with lots of steam, so it does kind of go between hot and cold a lot. And I'm not seeing any separation in the jar at all, so that's good. So I'm gonna keep this on for another, for the duration of my 10 minutes, and then I'll be back. Let me go ahead and take this off. It says to use a warm, damp towel. This might take a minute. I always get such anxiety like trying to do masks and then like a bunch of other skincare like all in the same video. And I'm just sitting there waiting like, okay, has it been 10 minutes? Has it been 15 minutes? Has it been 20 minutes? And it's like, with everybody home, I'm like, okay, who's gonna come out? Who's gonna start making noise? I don't know. So, especially because it's like, you know, by the time I edit these and upload them, I mean, most of the time my videos are between like, I wanna say like 6 and like 15-ish minutes. I try to keep it around like the 10-minute range. Obviously this is gonna be a longer video because it's quarantine time. We're just sitting around watching YouTube videos anyways. And so I decided to do a more extended video. But for the most part, I try to keep my videos like around that 10 to 12 minute like mark. But obviously, like when I record it, a lot of times my videos end up being like around 20 minutes. And then by the time I, you know, cut out parts, edit it down, time of me sitting in the mask, whatever, you know, it's a lot shorter. So I always like struggle when it comes to like the nose area. It's always so hard to get masks off of this part of my face. My skin just loves it. It just like clings to whatever product I put there. Sorry, I'm using my monitor over here as kind of a mirror, which is why sometimes in some videos you guys might see I have like a little bit of random product in a random spot of my face because I don't have a mirror in, you know, behind me or whatever. I'm not shooting in a bathroom or anything, so. Okay. Let me just go to the sink one more time and just give my face like a good rinse over. Actually, this is pretty good. It's always like nose and eye area, nose and eye area. And near my ears. That's another area for my face mask peeps. Okay, actually that looks pretty good. So this is my result with the mask. Skin feels nicer, feels hydrated. I do feel a little bit more relaxed after the anxiousness of me trying to get the mask off my face, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and use my Angelou Naturals. This is the coconut water firming toner. I became obsessed with this toner, I want to say like last summer. Was it last summer or was it the year before? I don't know. I've had this bottle for a while and I still have product in it. Just because the mister on here it's a really fine mister, but it's really strong, and so I can literally spritz my face once or maybe twice and cover the majority of my face and then just kind of like pat it in, which is great. But yeah, I think this was like, it was around $10 or so. I love Angelou. I'm a huge advocate for their products. I love the fact that they're more on the natural side. And actually right now, if you guys have a Sprouts Market near you, obviously since the grocery stores are like clear now and you know the shelves are looking more and more empty, the beauty products have dropped in price. So I'm noticing a lot of Angelou stuff is like between $2 and $5 off depending on how, you know, expensive it was originally. So love this stuff. So I'm just gonna spritz this on. Sorry if I get it on the lens. I'm trying not to. But I started using it either this past summer or the summer before. It was a really super hot day. I want to say like over 100 degrees outside. I went to Sprouts, and you know when you just walk through the aisles and you just start kind of trying stuff and rubbing it on, and I was like, okay, well, what is this? Coconut firming toner. Let me try it out. So I spritzed it on. My face just drank that stuff up, and so I actually came back to the same aisle and was like spritzing it, and then was like, let me just grab one. I know that I really like this stuff, and I know that this is something that I want to continue to kind of keep stashed in my skincare arsenal. So I grabbed the bottle, and it was, I think it was on sale that day, and I've been using it ever since. But let me jump over to let me not break this. This is my only essence that I have at the moment. So obviously it's a little bit colder now, which is super weird for California. It's been overcast and raining almost every day for the past 2 weeks, which is super weird considering it's a pandemic right now and the coronavirus is spreading like crazy. but I don't know, it's been super weird lately, but I had to go to my storage unit and pick up my cosmetic prescription, COSRX. If you've ever seen that brand, that's what it stands for. But this is the Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. I did a review on this. It was well over 6 months ago. I think maybe even over a year ago. And actually, interestingly enough, so the website Yes Style that sells a bunch of these like Korean skincare products, Japanese skincare products on discounted rates, they actually reached out to me and were like, hey, you know, we have that product on our website. Are you interested in possibly, well, actually, was it this product? Or was it the other? No, it was the Misha Essence, which is another one of my tried and trues. I freaking love that stuff. I need to get another bottle. But this is actually another essence that I loved as well, and it's cheaper than the Misha one, which is bomb. And I think this one I got on Amazon. But yeah, if you're interested in any of those like Korean skincare products or Japanese skincare products, and you're just trying to look for it at a discounted rate, a lot of times Amazon, I've noticed the prices have started kind of going up on these products. But you can go and check out the link in the description. I'll put it in there, and you guys can get, I think it's between 5 and 10% off or something like that with my link. So check that out. But I love this stuff. My skin is obsessed with it, but since it's been colder and overcast, my skin just needed something a little bit, not thicker. I mean, this is like, when you look at it, it is very like gel-like, but when you put it on, it kind of is a little sticky, and then it absorbs. But let's see, what was I using before? But before that, I was really going in on like the hyaluronic acids, which I love as well, which they help draw moisture into the skin and kind of keep that skin bouncy. But they're definitely more, I want to say like lightweight. They're definitely more on the watery side. Even though a lot of them are serums, you know, they have the hyaluronic acid kind of infused in there. But lately, since it's been colder, I just have been loving going back to this, and I'm seeing like that extra bounce and like boom come back to my skin, which I love. Especially since you're sitting around in the house all day, you're laying down, you're on your face, you're not noticing like, okay, my skin looks a little bit more puffy or swollen, I've been sleeping all day. And you know, when you're not going out, you kind of get lazy because you're like, well, nobody's gonna see me but the 5 people at the house or the 2 people at the house. So you kind of like, I don't know, you just get kind of lazy with your skincare routine. I know I've been super lazy, which is why I was kind of excited to film this video, because I was like, okay, well, I need to get my skin back in order. She's looking a little lazy. Okay, this eye cream I've been meaning to do a review for. If you guys want to see a review, comment below, let me know. But this is the Simplified Skin Eye Cream. I got this from Amazon. It's a really small kind of like mom and pop shop. So if you're able to support, you know, go ahead and click that link. But it has grapeseed oil, primrose oil, jojoba oil, and vitamin E. And I was looking for just a very, very natural eye cream. If you're one of those people who, you know, let's say you're in your 20s, and you're curious about eye creams, you don't have crow's feet or wrinkles yet, but you just want to kind of give your skin the support that it needs now. That's one of the reasons why I looked into eye creams. I have a toddler, and for a while, I mean, I still sometimes don't really get sleep. But when you don't really get sleep, you kind of notice like those dark circles, and you just need a little bit of hydration to your under eye area and just like your eyelids overall, but you don't really have wrinkles. So I would say go for like an eye cream like this. That's just going to, oh, that feels nice. That's just going to give your skin that little bit of hydration that it's like losing on a regular basis when you're not sleeping well or not really staying hydrated, which reminds me, let's get a sip of water. That's another thing that I've noticed since I've been sitting around the house. I've been not really keeping up on my water intake. I feel like when I'm out and about, I'm constantly reminding myself like, hydrate, hydrate. And since I'm sitting around, I'm like, oh, I've only had 1 bottle of water today. I love my glass water bottle. Got this one from Target. Actually, it was in those like little dollar bin areas. It was $5. But my other glass water bottle that I had, it looked like one of those kind of Parisian glass bottles that you see on the table that they put like the bubbly water or whatever in, but that broke and shattered a long time ago. So I was like, I need something new. And I just love drinking out of glass because I'm one of those people that likes room temp water. I don't like super, super cold water. And in this season that we're in, we're supposed to be drinking room temp or warm water anyway. So works out for me. So what are you guys doing to kind of stay busy and keep your mind like moving? I know for me, one of the things that I decided to do, you know, I do music, and I mean, I have been writing very kind of seldomly over the past few days, but I started just kind of deciding I wanted to listen to albums that I've never heard from beginning to end, like all the way through. So some of my favorite artists or artists who have collaborated with some of my favorite artists that I've been curious about, or maybe like an old album that I've only heard maybe 1 or 2 songs from. I'm doing like an album a day. So if you guys want to follow along with that, I've been posting them on my Twitter as well as I think on my stories on Instagram. So check that out. And I think there's only a few of you that maybe have me on Facebook. You can check on there too. But I've been trying to do like an album a day, like consistently since the beginning of quarantine. And I think maybe like after 2 weeks, I'll do like a synopsis kind of just like similarities that I've noticed between the different albums and things that I've liked and things that I thought were very interesting, maybe some fun facts. But let me know if you guys want to see that. I could talk about that on here as well. So I'm gonna, yeah, let's do this. So for those of you that don't know, another Angelou product that's been my tried and true. I've been using this product, I want to say, and talking about it on YouTube, I want to say for like maybe 2 years now, maybe more, maybe 3 years. And I used to use, they have one that where the jar is blue. I used that one initially. I think that's the Clear Skin moisturizer, but this is the Angelou Naturals Probiotic C Renewal Cream, the brightening one. Which, you know, if you're not really getting sleep, you need some sort of like brightening cream or something. So, and I love it because it has like that kind of citrusy vitamin C smell to it. And my skin just like drinks it up. Actually, might as well do my hands too while I'm at it. I've noticed, obviously, since I'm washing my hands like freaking crazy, my hands have started looking very just old, like dry, and I'm starting to see like some lines show up on my hands. So just be good to your hands. Just give them that little bit of extra love too after you're done like scraping them to death. But if you guys have any albums, like maybe it's your favorite album or whatever, comment below. I'd love to just, you know, see what you guys are listening to as well. And also I've been I'm gonna do my Kanuka CBD hydrating lip balm. I got this one from BeautyCon. I got this from BeautyCon last year. It was one of the, was this? Yeah, this was one of the freebies actually that came in my little bag, which I loved. But another thing that I've been doing has been just trying to really get into like parent development books. And so I want to say like maybe a couple months ago, I kind of stumbled onto the Montessori method. Not like dropping off my daughter there, obviously, because everything's closed, but just as a parent, like trying to do Montessori methods at home. It's been super helpful and super interesting, especially because I started to notice, I want to say a few months ago, that when my daughter was watching, you know, stuff on my phone, I mean, even like educational stuff like Sesame Street and crap like that, I started to notice her attitude kind of getting more rambunctious. She was just, you know, her concentration was just absolute crap. She was cranky all the time, and I was like, what is going on? So I started kind of like looking up methods of things that I can do with her, and I've noticed her concentration is more like on point. I've noticed her mood has been better. I've noticed that she's sleeping better, and just overall, I've just noticed, you know, pretty much a really big change in her behavior. So if you guys are interested in me talking about those books, I can put those below as well. But I mean, overall, I'm just trying to keep myself busy, my mind busy, and making sure I'm just really using this time to develop my strengths. I'm thinking of going to my storage unit and getting my guitar because it's about to get real. But this is the finished look. My skin is nice and hydrated. It looks juicy again. It hasn't looked like this in weeks. But thank you guys so much for watching, and for those of you that are continuing to watch and subscribe, even though I kind of fell off for a couple weeks, I'm eventually going to talk about that. I'm not ready to talk about that yet. But thank you guys so much for watching, and like this video if you want to see more. I'll be posting more as usual. Make sure to do well and be well, and I'll see you later. Bye.